What's up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1.
and we're back at it again, answering your questions in another episode of For the Greater.
This awesome question comes from John Redcorn. He put question in front of his question. That's what you need to do in order to get your question answered next week. You can simply just comment down below. We try to answer as many as we can, but make sure to put question and then your topic or question. He says, "What is the saddest moment in Warhammer 40K?" That's a good one. What's yours?
Easily, when I dropped my prized possession, Farsight. No, I'm just kidding. Saddest moment in 40K, I'd say the betrayal of Magnus. Because think about it, this guy, he's for the Emperor, he's a strong psyker, he's doing all this for the Emperor and to better, humankind. And then the Emperor's like, nah, we're going to have a council and we're going to say no psykers. So that hurts him. And then Magnus still tries to warn the Emperor about the betrayal of Horus and the chaos and all this. And by doing so, he accidentally kills a bunch of people by the warp, opening up like a mini warp gate essentially. And
He did endanger the entire Imperium by doing that.
But he had good intentions. But because of this, the Emperor's like, sorry bro, no can do. And I guess it's more kind of Horus's fault, because Horus is the one that told Russ to annihilate them,
And the Emperor as well, because he could have just told his Primarchs, hey, don't disturb me real quick. I'll be right back. But yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, he had it's just sad, because he's like, he got all depressed and mopey, and he's like, we deserve what's coming to us.
So sad that he had to turn to
Chaos.
Slanesh. No,
it was Zeech.
Yeah. My saddest moment in Warhammer 40K has to be the return of Lysander. If you check out our 40 facts on the Lysander character, he's an Imperial Fist captain who gets lost in the warp. Now he's already a legendary captain. Like he's done some crazy stuff as an Imperial Fist, and then he gets lost in the warp. So they build a statue for him. He gets lost for I think a century. And then he comes back, and everybody's like, oh wow, he's back from the warp. They're a little skeptical and whatnot, but for him, being away from the Imperium, being away from like his other brothers, and then coming back and realizing that he survived, but nobody, even all the people that he left behind, didn't survive. So he is the only one of his generation of Space Marines that is still left alive. Like that's in a way like sad. Like it reminds me of the song "Hurt." It's not by Johnny Cash, but he sings it. He made it famous or whatever. But like that.
It's I know the song.
Yeah, and he's just chilling there, like waiting to he doesn't wait to die, because he goes back and he tries to fight or whatever, and he's more angry about it.
Yeah, angry Marine.
I think that's pretty sad to come back and find out all your family members are dead. The only ones that are left alive are a little crazy because they're in dreadnoughts. But yeah, so yeah. Let's go to regular questions now.
But first, let's wipe our man tears. This one's by Wolf of England. That's a pretty cool name. He asks, if you had to choose a loyalist successor chapter in 40K to serve, who would it be and why? His would be the Blood Ravens, just because he found 40K through Dawn of War. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if I were to serve, I would serve the...
It's loyalists, so...
Imperial Fists, just because they're siege specialists and they're dope. Either that or White Scars, because I would learn a whole different language and I'll get to ride a motorcycle.
That's pretty badass. Riding motorcycles while yelling in different languages. I'd say the Space Wolves, because they're like, they don't really follow the Codex Astartes too much, and they're like all tough and whatnot. And if not them, probably the Blood Angels, because it's like Dante's like an OG, and I feel like he's my inspiration. Yeah.
Until he gets succumbed to the Black Rage, and then I have to go and kill you because I'm an Imperial Fist, and that's what I do. John Redcorn says, will there be a kickstart for you guys to travel through the warp and battle the homies at mini wargaming? Probably not. But it'll be really cool to organize us traveling to mini wargaming. We wouldn't do a Kickstarter or anything. We would try to do that on our own time. But yeah, that'd be cool. Next question.
Robin DeRoos. Why doesn't GW mass produce and sell power armor suits that are relatively affordable? I think every fan would want one, and mass production means they don't have to be super expensive.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works, man.
No, I think it would cost way more to produce that. Like their margin of profit would be pretty small. Yeah. And then the amount of people that would actually buy that kind of stuff, I think, is not up to par to, like, let's say somebody who buys like the Hulk cans. Because you got to remember, our hobby is more towards, there are kids, but it's a wider, like, it's people more, our age, it's like more in their 20s, 30s, kind of stuff like that. Like
the only people I'd see actually wearing it would be like cosplayers.
But the whole point of cosplay is to build it yourself,
right? Make
that
it,
kind of stuff.
Make it original, yeah.
Yeah, and there's some people that go crazy with that stuff. They really look like Space Marines. Next question comes from, I can't pronounce, Wan Sung again. Which Chaos God would you follow if you had to choose? And what gift do you want from them?
Zeech, easily. And there's this one power that it's like a blade that can like phase through like armor and material stuff. So you can will it to phase through armor, and once it's inside, you can make it like materialize, and you can like cut them. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
That's really cool. I would do, probably Korn. I don't really know too much of his powers. I need to watch your videos.
They've got axes, blood rage.
Yeah, probably some cool like axe or like
there's
mace.
There's like this like gauntlet necklace thing that like protects you from psychic powers.
That'd be cool. I wouldn't really come across any psychic people on Earth, but yeah. Next question.
This is by Patrick Ganote. Are Primarchs and Dreadnoughts that were alive before the Horus Heresy atheists, or did they start believing the Imperial cult over the years?
So in the beginning, like the very, very initial beginning, they were
like people that were in the Great Crusade.
They were forced to be atheists for the most part. Yeah. They weren't allowed to believe in God or religion.
Because the Emperor was all about science.
Like the only person that I think he allowed and he was really mad about was Lorgar. And he was spreading his shit and whatnot.
I mean, he did punish him for his belief in the Emperor being a holy god, basically.
By killing one of their, like,
main cities.
Yeah. Or planet, I think.
No, it was their, like,
it was just a city?
Prized city, yeah.
And then they did that to the Ultramarines, because the Ultramarines were the army that actually went to do that, right? And that's why we play the, what is it called?
Betrayal at Cal.
Cal, yeah.
The ramifications of that.
Yeah. Question from Rob Law. Since you guys like orcs, I want to know if orcs might take prisoners, at least for pain boys to work on. Yeah, they do. Orcs take prisoners for all variety of reasons. Cheap labor, pretty much any reason you would think a slave exists.
Sex slave.
No, except for that.
Where the Slaneshi orcs at?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that because there's corn orcs, so there has to be Slaneshi orcs. That's like they get penises. I don't know. They get something we can't even conceive, because in the human physiology, there's only male and female. Like there's a bunch of like other shit, right?
Oh, that just got a lot of people triggered, man.
No, our demographic wouldn't do that. But who knows? Maybe they get something else, like a third gender.
Third genitalia.
Yeah, I don't know how that would go, because you only need two beings. Well, whatever. All right, next question.
Go ahead.
Question comes from CH1R1NO. Following the wrath of Magnus, do you think the rest of the demon Primarchs will follow suit and come back as well?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't GW sell stuff that people are gonna just want to buy in hordes? The next guy is rumored to be Ogryn, I think.
Next, Primarch, loyalist Primarch, It's confirmed / not confirmed. It's the Lionel Johnson.
Cool. I wonder what he's gonna look like. Do they have a model for him?
In Forge World? I don't think so.
Okay, that's probably why then.
This one's by Warhammer Workshop. Where do tyranids come from originally? GW. I guess that's...
Nobody knows. That's the whole cool thing about tyranids. They can be just evolutionary apex predator of the galaxy, or they can be whatever you want it to be.
A mass-produced, I don't know, weapon from some powerful...
From the old ones.
There you go.
Jinxing Jonah. I play an Ultramarine army against my father, who plays Imperial Guard. Whoa. And I've tried dumbing down my army, but still tend to win the match. How can I try to make it a closer game? Play scouts, be heavy infantry, and then you gotta have. It really depends on the Imperial Guard army, because if your father likes to play like a mechanized army, so a lot of tanks and whatnot, those usually tend to do well with like a smaller Space Marine army. So if you bring in like, what's a good small unit, like a Dreadnought, Land Raiders, things that the tanks can take out. But if your dad plays like heavy infantry, that's gonna be tougher for you, because infantry and Imperial Guard is easy to destroy.
Yeah, they're like toughness 3, so.
So in that situation, then you should probably play
something with a lot of templates, like pie plates everywhere, flamers, that kind of thing.
Well, no, you don't want to. He doesn't want to destroy his dad, though. Yeah. So something with like strong one-shot weapons, I guess.
Yeah. Like some weapons, they have the option of doing like a strength like 8 AP1 shot or a strength 6, AP5 blast. Go for the stronger one-shot thing. That way, you're not killing a lot. I mean, yeah, you're dumbing it down, but it's,
right.
It's good for the overall aspect of it, I guess.
The best thing to do is Google the best, or go into like Deca or any of the forums and say like how to defeat a Space Marine army using Imperial Guard, and then tailor your army so that you can be competitive against your dad if he created that type of Imperial Guard army that they're suggesting. I hope that makes sense.
Yep.
Next question. Stian Andresen. Zombie plague on Terra. How cool would that be? Can't exactly just close the planet off. If there is a zombie plague on Terra, yeah, it would be horrible.
Yeah. Especially if it got to the Emperor and he became a zombie. Well, technically he's not alive but not dead, so isn't that a zombie?
Because the population of Terra is huge.
They literally have to like call in everybody to fight.
Yeah, that would suck. But yeah, you're right, because the Emperor is technically already dead, or he's dying. I don't know. Next question.
Julian Buckley, have you ever had the chance to play 40K campaigns?
We kind of played a campaign when we were younger. I created a planet, and we were supposed to conquer that planet, because the whole thing was that I was an Orc player, he was a Tau player, and we had a friend who was he Space Marine at that time?
I think so.
And he was Space Marines, and they were stranded on the planet. They couldn't get any reinforcements, so they had to go from country to country and either conquer it, align to it politically, or those were the only two options. So it was kind of like playing
like Risk,
but with Warhammer 40K. But I made too many countries, and we kind of just stopped playing after a while. And the planet was called ISIS, so I had no idea that ISIS was gonna be a thing in the future. So now we can't play it because the planet is named ISIS. I named it after the Egyptian god, not, the Islamic State, some whatever. Next question comes from Sir Elone. Would you rather be defending against a Tyranid invasion or a Chaos Demon invasion?
Chaos demons easily.
Yeah, because you never know. It could be like a Slaneshi demon army. Then you just got girls with like big titties and you just shoot them.
Right. Tyranids, you don't really have that.
No, you
got
have
like
monsters.
scales and tiny holes.
Yeah, that's gross. I hate little holes. Next question.
This one's by the Sexy Batman. Is there any sort of joke army, like a bunch of goofy looking figures with a bunch of silly, nonsensical rules and ridiculous requirements to play it? Think, for example, the unhinged and unglued expansions for Magic the Gathering.
Not canon that I know of. If you older players know of anything, comment down below. But odds are you're not gonna be able to play that army with today's rules. But you can create your own chapter. So they have Angry Marines, which are pretty funny, really cool. What's the other? There's like another funny one. Angry Marines. I've seen somebody do a Smurf army, like a real Smurf army.
There's some conversions of like Hello Kitties and stuff like that.
Yeah. So there's stuff like that, but no, nothing canon and nothing that you can get a codex for.
Yeah, the only thing I could really think of would just be using like an Imperial, like the old school Inquisition armies, and just have a bunch of like Jakero weaponsmiths. That's the monkeys that have the ring that can basically become any type of weapon, make it a las cannon, a melt-a-gun. I guess that's weird and wacky, because it's a monkey with like the best gun ever.
So I was reading up on the lore behind those monkeys, the whatever.
Jokeros.
They're orangutans.
Are they orangutans?
Yeah, they're not aliens. It's crazy, isn't it?
So they're like legit orangutans from Terra.
That's what the lore said.
Okay.
The annoying
Comment.
Yep. Is Primarch physiology the same as a regular human or space marine? Their organs, not just size difference? No. Check out our space marine initiation video, and it goes over every single organ that the space marine has to get implanted into its body and how that all changes. But like just a brief like cool point to it. Space marines can spit acid, they can see through walls, they have their chest cavity, their ribs are sealed, so it's all just one huge breastplate. They have, what, 2 hearts?
I think it's 3 hearts.
3 hearts. They have 5 stomachs. Oh no, those are cows.
I think I read somewhere that if they eat like the meat of a sentient thing, they gain their memories, which I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, if you watch our blood thirst, no, what is it called? Soul drinkers. They have that enhanced or whatever. But yeah, one more question. Do you have one?
This one's by Dragon Punch 903. Can an Ogryn beat an orc in combat?
Can an Ogryn beat an orc? Yes. Can an orc beat an Ogryn? Yes.
Who's stronger? Well, I guess that depends.
Yeah, if you have like the best of the best Ogryn versus the best of the best orc wins, hands down.
So like, is an Ogryn supposed to be stronger than a Space Marine, right? Like
No.
just in brute strength?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No. I don't think an Ogryn is stronger than a Space Marine because the Space Marine is fucking strong.
Ogryns are not.
Yeah, no. No.
That's good reasoning, guys.
Yeah, there you go. But no, I don't think an Ogryn is stronger than a Space Marine. An Orc is not stronger than a regular boy is not stronger than a Space Marine because a Space Marine was specifically created to combat orcs. Because back when like the Emperor was creating the Space Marines, the main villains or the main enemy of the Imperium were orcs because they were the only ones really that were around. And the Elder, but the Elder were like, fuck you, you're fast. How do you defend fast? I don't know. Yeah. But yeah.
You eat their meat and get memories.
Whoa. Whoa.
What kind of memories?
Yeah. But those were the questions for this week. Did we answer that last question?
Yeah, you said they're not, or Ogryns are not stronger than orcs.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Well, some.
Like a regular boy versus a regular Ogryn, it'll be a good match. It can go either way. But the best of the best Ogryn versus the best of the best orc wins. Thank you guys so much for sending those questions. Don't forget to comment down below and ask more questions. We love answering them. And thank you guys so much. We have a Patreon for the Greater Wall. We haven't been we've been recording them. We haven't been able to post them because we haven't found time in the schedule to put them up there. But we do have Patreon Warhammer 40K or for the Greater Wall episodes. So please check out our Patreon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And as always, thank you guys for being awesome. I'm the Sound Alchemist.
Verse 1.
We are One Mind Syndicate, and we're out of here.